Okay, I think that done it there. I hope so. So, welcome everybody. It's been a few weeks since we've been able to get together. I appreciate everybody jumping on. Want to start by saying that this is a public forum, so anything that should be kept confidential, please hang on to that. You guys can get in touch with us. You can call 859-624-0022, or you can email any of us individually if there's anything you want to discuss that is personal or specific to your loved ones. We do not want to violate any HIPAA rules. So just make sure that if there's something that is pertaining to your loved one specifically that might be confidential, that you just get in touch with us one-on-one. We can do in-person visits with you guys, meetings, or we can do Zooms, whatever works best for you guys. We did notice as of this morning that Madison County is back into the orange, unfortunately. That doesn't mean that anything is changing for us yet, but we do want to continue to urge you guys to be very careful, be vigilant with your masking and your sanitizing and your hygiene, hand hygiene. Obviously, COVID is still present, unfortunately. Right now, we are only COVID testing our residents in-house if they're gone overnight to a medical appointment or a hospital stay or rehab, something like that, and then they return. We're still receiving our PCR lab tests every other week from Lab Talks, and we have reduced the need to use our in-house testing because over 60% of our staff members have been vaccinated. So we will test a staff member in-house with probable cause, but luckily we haven't had to do that in a while. Just a quick overview for those acronyms. Just like to throw this up here for anybody that hasn't seen them. You might hear me say a few of these acronyms throughout the evening, or I might answer questions with some of them. The CDC, CMS, CHFS, DAIL, KESLA, and JSL, which is Jaybird Senior Living. If I use any of these and you're not sure what I'm talking about, just unmute yourself and ask me. And I'll either tell you the answer or I'll make something crazy up just to see if you're paying attention. So our visitation has not changed, as I mentioned. We are in the orange zone, creeping back closer to the red zone. Our visitation will change. If we move into the red zone, I will be sure to send you guys all an email to let you know if that visitation changes. But as of right now, it has not changed. So our visitation is that residents who receive visitors to their apartments must be fully vaccinated. Of course, that means either 14 days after a 1-dose vaccination or 14 days after the final dose of a 2-dose vaccination series. We cannot relax this except for compassionate care. And then visitors to vaccinated resident apartments also must be fully vaccinated. They can supply us with documentation of a 3-day recent negative COVID-19 test, they must be fully vaccinated to visit in the apartment, or they can supply us with a 3-day recent negative COVID-19 test or participate in an on-site COVID-19 test, which we have here. And so those requirements are the same. There are no exceptions to those for the visitation unless it is for compassionate care. We do still have an ample supply of COVID-19 tests, so we can supply 6 tests per resident per week for visitors who would like to see their loved ones. Tests take about 15 minutes to get the results back, so if you are coming for a scheduled visitation, be sure to arrive 15 minutes early, or it might cut into your appointment time. We've not had a problem with this because so far we have not had more than 10 visitors in the community at a time. The scheduled visitation is going, really smashingly, if I do say so myself. And I think that you guys are all being able to visit with your loved ones pretty much whenever you like to. We do, we are still able to say that visitors who are participating with an in-apartment visitation that are fully vaccinated may unmask while you're in the apartment. So if you're fully vaccinated and your resident is fully vaccinated, well, once you get to the apartment, you are welcome to take your mask off and visit with your loved one. We do encourage people who are not vaccinated to keep their masks on, even if they receive a negative COVID-19 test, because they still could be potentially asymptomatic, and have the virus, it just not show up positive yet. That's one of the unfortunate things about this lovely pandemic. Just a quick reminder that our protocols haven't changed. I know that a couple of weeks back, the last time we done this, I think it was June 21st, maybe, Governor Bashir had just come out and said it was okay for you to visit with your loved ones, and you didn't have to wear masks in certain places, but our visitation has not changed. As far as people coming inside the community, we do still require scheduled visitations and that our visitors still wear their masks. We will require proof of a COVID-19 vaccination or a 3-day recent negative test or participation in a test here on site. We appreciate that you guys are continuing to cooperate with these protocols to keep our residents safe. We've done a really great job so far, and we want to continue to keep it that way. As we move back into the orange zone, as I mentioned earlier, it's just really important that we stay vigilant, that we're masking in places that are not following safety protocols, and masking when you come in here, and just taking care of yourself so that we can continue to take care of your loved ones here at the community. Nothing has changed here. Our residents are still 100% vaccinated, which is wonderful, so they can sit together at dining tables with each other and attend social activities without having to be 6 feet away from each other, since they are all vaccinated. Previous regulations do still apply for residents that leave the community. They must be fully vaccinated, meaning 14 plus days beyond their final dose. If you choose to take your loved one out and they have not been vaccinated, they will be subjected to the prior 14-day quarantine. Don't have to worry about this right now because everybody's vaccinated. Woohoo! Same golden rules. I haven't changed many of the slides. The resident's power of attorney needs to approve any person that would like to take the resident for an outing. So please be sure you choose wisely based on their ability to mitigate the risk of exposure for your loved ones if someone else is coming to get them. The golden standard is that resident and all parties inside the vehicle should be fully vaccinated. We do ask that the residents be signed out and signed back in the presence of a staff member so that we know who's in the building, and we can make sure that we are taking care of the residents the way that we need to. It's important to point out that vaccinations are not foolproof. This slide is the same as it was last month. We do encourage our staff members and our residents, new residents moving in, to be vaccinated because it does help. Statistics are showing that folks that are vaccinated, even if they catch COVID, their likelihood of living is much higher than it was previously, especially for folks that have comorbidities. For Arcadian Cove, we can promise you that our staffs are always wearing their masks during their shifts, except for when they're in designated break areas having their breaks. The residents will wear masks to and from activities and dining hours. Actually, should have changed that. They do not have to wear their masks in the halls right now because they are all vaccinated. We do require visitors who are vaccinated or not vaccinated to always wear their masks unless they are in a resident's apartment. Residents and staff will always wear masks while we're on the bus. We do adhere to this, and we'll wear masks when we're visiting medical offices. And Miss LaDonna, who's on the call tonight, can tell you that she wears her mask in the bus, and residents wear their masks when they go into their medical appointments. Just want to mention again that I think we're all experiencing some burnout in relation to COVID. There's a couple of articles out there about post-COVID mental health fallout. Lots of folks are displaying some behaviors that they probably wouldn't have in the past. And just kind of want to remind everybody that kindness always wins, as Miss LaDonna has said to me multiple times. She actually bought me a plaque that says kindness is always in fashion. I still have it in my garage at home, hanging up. And it's my mom's philosophy and my grandma's philosophy always was you catch more flies with honey. So we just ask that you guys continue to be patient with us as we're navigating through this. You know, every day we think that it's going to change and it's going to get better and it's going to be over and it's going to turn back to normal, and then something crazy happens, like we inch back up into the orange, unfortunately. So we are all doing our very best to take care of your loved ones. I think we have a pretty strong team that does a really good job, but we have unfortunately experienced in the last few weeks some ornery visitors that were less than pleasant. So just to remind you guys that we are all in this together. No, I'm not Governor Bashir, but I do think we're all in this together, and we can continue to move forward in a positive direction together if we just communicate well and work with each other. We still need some recorded testimonials for our beautiful new website. So if anybody's interested, I'm just going to put in a shameless plug here. I have another shameless plug coming up next, but these can be done in the comfort of your own home. You can do them on a mobile device or a tablet, and then you can just email them to me. If you have any questions about them, if you want like a script, a few questions that you could answer, not necessarily a script. We want it to come from your heart, but we can send you a sample questionnaire. You can pick and choose, some questions to answer, kind of what we're looking for. And then we'll upload your videos to our website, and you might become famous. You never know. So if you're interested in doing a testimonial, we would greatly appreciate it. And you can just reach out to me. You can call or email me, and we'll give you the lowdown on that. Here's my next shameless plug. Our community goal is $2,000 for the Walk to End Alzheimer's. Our fireworks extravaganza, we ended up generating $812, which was really good for our first event back, I thought. We appreciated everybody that came out. The cornhole tournament was a hit. We might go ahead and have another one. Probably going to send out a survey monkey here in the next week or so to see what you guys would like to participate in. So if you see that come to your email, if you'll just take it, I try to make them really quick. So if you'll just take the survey, answer a few quick questions, and we'll try to generate something based on what you guys are interested in. You can also make donations to each team members Walk to End Alzheimer's page or the team page. You just go to Google and type in Walk to End Alzheimer's and then search for our team, which is obviously Arcadian Cove. We are almost halfway there, so we only need about $1,188 to fulfill our goal. Of course, we want to exceed that because there are other Jaybird communities that are raising money as well, and we are pretty competitive. So, if you are feeling generous, you just let us know. We'll take your money. And that's it. If you want to schedule, a visitation, call us between 10 and 4, Sunday through Saturday. Schedule a visit, schedule a trip. We just like to know when your loved ones are going to be going out or when you guys will be coming in, just to make sure we don't have too many people in the building at one time, and make sure that everybody gets to have an appropriate visit and that we can accommodate everybody. And with that, I'm going to attempt to stop sharing my screen and ask you guys if you want to turn your video on. Let me see your lovely faces, and if you have any questions, now's the time. Apparently, I can't start my video, so you might not get to see my lovely face. Oh, there I am. Hey. Does anybody have, LaDonna, I see you laughing at me. Thank you. I appreciate that. LaDonna had a long day today. She was still here at the Cove just about 30 minutes ago. Does anybody have any questions? I know y'all miss us. No questions at all? You guys are quiet as church mice tonight. Going once? Going twice? Okay, well, if there's not any questions or comments, we'll go ahead and conclude this meeting. I appreciate you guys hopping on this evening. We'll try to do this again in about 3 to 4 weeks, unless the situation with COVID changes and we need to do it sooner, or if anything else changes and we need to communicate with you guys. But please keep an eye on your emails. That's where we send out the notifications for the Zoom meetings and the invitations for those, as well as my super fun surveys. I know you guys love those. Just keep an eye on your emails. And if you have any questions at all, you know how to get in touch with us. I do want to mention really quickly that tomorrow we have a full day of all staff training. So it might be a little crazy here if you call or try to come by. Just have a little bit of patience with us as we are navigating through an all staff meeting, trying to get folks back up to par on our required trainings. Since we are able to meet in person again, we're kind of doing some catch up. So If there's nothing else, I'll let you guys go for the evening. Hope you have a wonderful night. Bye, everybody. Belladonna.